Okay, so this is how one-to-one can work. This is an initial survey to the actual student. This should not take that much or very long to fill in. It's mainly getting their ID details to kick off with, and then there's some qualitative questions and some quantitative questions, so you can get a rating on different things here as well. So how well have you settled in 1 to 10? How do you feel you've supported your house so far this year? Do you feel that you have some good friends and a good social life? Would you describe yourself as happy? Would you describe yourself as organised? What time do you usually go to bed? How many extracurricular activities were you involved in term 1 and then term 2, just to give us an idea of participation. And then a little cast target there, what would you like to be involved in? That gives a nice talking point. And then as we go down, what activities do I participate in outside school? This is just to give us an indication of what they're actually involved in, and if they have any tutoring, how long for. Then as we move down, some academics, what do you think you're doing well in? What do you think you are not doing so well in and could improve? And two subject comments there. What 2 subjects are you most challenged by? How long do you spend on homework? Academic target, rate performance so far, any additional comments. So what they'll do is they'll then submit that, and they'll also click to give themselves a link as well. So that is a very simple, straightforward survey, and we can use that for any student. That results in this sort of data, which gives us a nice quick summary, because there's quite an element of quantitative data in there. So if we scoot down here, gives us all the ID details. Simple, very straightforward, quick snapshot stuff. How well you've settled in. Do you feel you've supported your house so far? Do you feel you have good friends and a good social life at school? All those sorts of stuff. So we can get a nice quick output, which is quite useful. This data obviously exists as a spreadsheet as well, which I'll show you in a moment. There's some key bits and pieces in there which are well worth reading through as well. Quite a range of comments. So that's just a very quick summary which we can use. This is the actual data that created that summary. This is created from the original survey. In actuality, what happens is I'll copy all this data, and create another spreadsheet for tutors to actually fill in, so that we preserve the original data. On this particular spreadsheet, I've actually broken this down into individual tutor groups. The key thing about this is it means that the tutor can then, this is actually the whole data here, and then we've got the individual tutor groups. So if we just scoop along, all the data is in there for that individual student, and the tutor can simply leave a comment during the one-to-one process, so that makes it quite straightforward, and it's all linear, so it all continues to exist. You can look at it, tutors can look at it, and it's all there. The next thing that we're going to do is do a little follow-up survey. Okay, so this is the follow-up survey that the student can do and complete during the one-to-one conversation if they wish, or in a following tutor time. So they've got their ID details in there, so that identifies them and puts them in the spreadsheet. This is the bit where the tutor can actually comment on the student's portfolio, so they can just say, right, is it up to date? No, it's not up to date, it requires a bit of work, or okay, but it could be better. So that gives us a quick quantitative data output there. There's also a little video in there that students can watch on how to create the reflection, and I'll just write the reflection in here. What we'll do then is they'll simply copy that, and once they click submit, that will go up to the spreadsheet, and is therefore available for tutors to see and you to see. The key thing about the student comment is there, once they've copied it, they can then just take it across to their student individual portfolio and put it into the one-to-one target section, so it exists for them as well. So it seems to be working okay at the moment. It's a little simple 3-phase process, so it gives all the data essentially in one place, and it's visible for anybody who wants to see it, and it can continue to exist once the student goes from this year to the next year, so it's possible to reflect back on it as well. Okay, the whole purpose of this process is to create some legacy data. So if we go to Smart, go down to Portfolios, Tutor Group Portfolios, click on that. As we scroll down here, there's a whole section down the bottom here. So just scroll down, it's topic 12. Okay, so it's one-to-one conversations. This will mean that, say for example for year 7, this is the class of 2020 when they leave. How old does that make for you? Basically this survey information will continue to exist, and will continue to exist when they go into year 8, so we can just add some more year 8 data to it, and all of a sudden we've got a full set of legacy information in one location. So it's visible to anybody, so if we get a new head of year, new tutor, etc, etc, they can easily reflect back on this information, and there's also the videos to go with it as well, so it's all in one place, nice and straightforward. Okay.